Welcome to the BYU Daily News Weekly Wrap-Up Show, where we'll take a look at some of the week's top local stories. Your weekly wrap-up show starts now.
From Brigham Young University's Department of Communications, this is your Daily News, honored by the Hearst Foundation for Excellence in Broadcast Journalism.
Hello everybody, thanks for clicking with us. I'm Stace Hall and welcome to the BYU Daily News Weekly Wrap-Up Show. Our top story, a Kansas-based company recently released a report ranking Orem, Utah as one of the safest places to live in America, and Orem was the only city in Utah named in the 2006 Safest City category. Daily News reporter Jerem Jordan gave us possible reasons why Orem might be so safe.
According to a study done by Kansas-based Morgan Quitno Press, Orem is the 7th safest city in the country.
We're always pleased, but never really surprised.
This street in Orem looks like something out of a 50s movie. Safe, calm, serene. That's because Orem ranks yet again as one of America's safest cities.
What it does is indicate a consistency. We've been ranked in the top 15 for the last 5 or 6 years, 7 years, and so it means that something is happening that is not just a fluke, a one-time.
Kansas City-based Morgan Quitno Press uses crime statistics from the FBI on 371 cities to evaluate, compare, and eventually rank them. Orem City officials feel multiple reasons make the city safe.
So you have a lifestyle of people coupled with, I think, a very aggressive, professionally trained public safety department with other institutions that make a difference.
Orem has a tremendous department, but I think that we have to share the success not only with the officers and employees of the department, but more specifically with the people that we serve.
Despite the rankings, one Orem citizen wants people to understand the reality in the city.
But I think people need to be aware that even though it's a safe city, there's still an undercurrent. There's still alcoholics, there's still drugs, there's a lot more stuff going on than the average person thinks.
Orem has been ranked as high as 7th nationally. Brick, New Jersey topped the list as the safest, while the two World Series teams, St. Louis and Detroit, came in as the top 2 most dangerous cities. Back to you.
Thanks, Jerem. Utah lawmakers protested a wilderness bill in a letter to Utah's national representatives. Senator Bob Bennett and Representative Jim Matheson say their wilderness bill would help balance conservation and rapid growth in southwestern Utah's Washington County. But 47 House members opposed the bill, saying it would actually harm public land adjacent to Zion National Park and the Mojave Desert. The bill is set for hearing on November 16th before a Senate panel of the Energy and Natural Resources Committee. A BYU professor has found a new method to more effectively produce cancer medication. Daily News reporter Jennifer Hemingway caught up with him earlier this week to see how he makes the drug.
BYU professor Morris Robbins of the chemistry department is said to be one of the world's leaders in nucleoside chemistry. Nucleosides are building blocks of DNA and RNA, which carry a person's genetic information. Recently, his team found a better way to synthesize the cancer drug cladribine, a compound he discovered as a graduate student.
What we've really done is develop this effective method for making it, a new process, a new method.
This improved method of synthesis for the drug cladribine is more precise, lessening any trace of impurities which can cause complications.
The drug cladribine has been proven effective against various forms of cancer and is now being tested for treatment against multiple sclerosis.
According to the American Cancer Society, the lifetime risk for individuals to develop cancer in the U.S. is 1 in 2 for men and 1 in 3 for women. In the U.S., cancer accounts for 1 in every 4 deaths. That is more than 1,500 people a day. Mikey Bullock knows the impact of cancer, which he has battled since 2001. His cancer recently went into remission.
For me, for my treatment, because it was pretty intense, I just had to try and make it through each minute of the day, you know.
It's very gratifying to have something we do here in the chemistry laboratory have these direct benefits for human medicine.
Discoveries like Robbins help further the fight against cancer, the second most common killer in America. Jennifer Hemingway at Daily News, Provo.
There are more than 100 graduate and undergraduate students working in the Cancer Research Center on BYU campus. If you'd like to donate to the research, you can log on to the Cancer Research Center website, cancerresearch.byu.edu. Students may need to take a second job after BYU announced that they are raising tuition. For the 2007-2008 school year, tuition will increase 6%. Undergrad students will pay $110 more, and grad students will see an increase of $140. The tuition hike will affect undergraduates, masters, BYU law students, and students going to spring and summer term. A field research team from BYU and the LDS Humanitarian Services returned this week from a week in the Dominican Republic. Daily News reporter Chris Jones followed the group and documented how new tires can change a life.
8 years ago, Jorge Uribe received a new pair of legs. He spent the first 25 years of his life like we all began, crawling, until Peggy Bautista found him.
He looked at me and said, I don't have a wheelchair. Forget it. I'm going to get one wheelchair for you. I don't know how, but I'm going to get for you.
Uribe contracted polio at age 1, after an epidemic in the Dominican Republic crippled thousands. Bautista met Jorge in 1998. He runs a rehabilitation center in Jarabacoa.
We try to do the best I can, and the people are very grateful.
Now Uribe's traded in these old legs for another, more rugged pair.
Since it's filled with air, this tire lasts longer because of the treads it has. It's easier to get around with these tires because with these, if I have to go up a hill, the tires can grab the ground.
This remote mountain village doesn't have many roads, let alone sidewalks and wheelchair ramps. But the new all-terrain tires open a pathway to a new world. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints sent the new chairs 3 weeks ago. Now students from BYU's Marriott School conduct market research to see what the new owners think.
We've noticed that people in developing countries are going around with rims on their wheelchairs and no rubber, and it's hard to get around, so they thought they could maintain them easier.
The Dominican Republic has a high demand for wheelchairs. Because of a polio outbreak in 1973 and now motorcycle accidents, thousands need assistance. Bautista appreciates the help from the BYU students and the church.
I'm so glad, and I say thanks God. It's for the other people who need that wheelchair like Jorge.
These new legs suit Jorge well, a reminder that a simple gift can make a big difference.
The church could alter the design of the 40,000 wheelchairs it distributes depending upon the results of the survey. Another group from the Marriott School will head to the country again in 3 weeks to pick up on the research. Well, that's it, everybody, for this edition of the Wrap-Up Show. You can catch us online any day of the week at newsnet.byu.edu. I'm Stace Hall. Thanks for watching.